Hey everybody, this is Darth here, and I need to turn down my music. I just turn down, I turn it off. Music drives me nuts. Alright, well anyways, how's everybody doing today? I'm doing good. I'm sitting here drinking a nice cup of Brazil Cochiera yellow bourbon coffee. And let me just tell you, it's absolutely delicious. It doesn't have bourbon in it, and it's not flavored with bourbon, and I have no idea where the word yellow bourbon comes from in relation to this coffee, but it's absolutely delicious. Like, just listen to this. Listen how good it is. That's some delicious coffee. I'm telling you. It's I don't know if you've drank a good bourbon before, like plain without any Coke or anything like that. It's very sugary. It's very sweet. It's very good. This is kind of the same way. It's got just like a real sugary taste to it. I drink black coffee. I don't put anything in it. So when you start noticing a coffee that has a sweet taste in it, it's very, very good by itself. So yeah, I like it a whole lot. Anyways, blah, 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 blah. Here I am on my Feed the Beast world, and I just kind of want to show off a little bit of what I've done. I'll tell you what, I suck at being a YouTuber, because I want to do stuff for you on camera, but I don't know what I'm doing. So a lot of what I do is trial and error. And it just gets hard to figure some stuff out, especially Feed the Beast. I'm new to this. So I'll be honest with you, I do a lot of stuff off camera, and I've done a whole lot off camera. And I just kind of want to do an update. This really should have been about 6 or 7 different episodes of me doing this. But instead, we're just going to have one episode today where I just kind of update you on what I am doing, what's going on. Alright, well, let's get started. First thing I want you guys to see is my house. Alright, let's cheat a little bit. Creative mode turned on. Alright. Look at this. This is a beautiful house. Nice little tree house. There it is. I like the roof. Yeah. It was fun. It was a lot of fun to do. A lot of fun to build. Alright, so there's my house. Let's see if I can get into my house. Alright. And here it is. Yeah, from the inside, there are things I do need to do. I need to install some lights because it's pretty dark in here. I am working on a sorting system for my quarry. Thanks to Biofuel 7.3, I borrowed his blast furnace and made some steel, made everything I needed to make my quarry. So thank you, Biofuel, there. So I've got quarry set up. I've learned the joy of tesseracts, and I've gone tesseract crazy. So yeah, this is hooked up to my quarry, which isn't running right now. My quarry is hooked up to this item tesseract and an energy tesseract. So they're running together. It flows everything in to here. I've got 2 things for cobble. These are deep storage units. Okay, now they hold like 1 billion items, and I'm not even being sarcastic. They hold 2 billion items, I think, to be exact. They're absolutely fantastic, and they're pretty cheap to make. I believe you will need a lot of ender pearls for them, but with a minimum stone, ender pearls are pretty easy to get. Yeah, so they're very, very awesome. I'm trying to upgrade my entire sorting system to where pretty much everything that is major will be on top of here, so it'll come in and you can set it up to either feed in from the bottom or the top, So I can set it up and have it feed in from the bottom and everything will be good. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking about doing for my quarry sorting system. Sorry, there's a lot of maintenance people around right now here at the apartment. It's done very well on collecting ore, really has. So I am pretty impressed with it, and I'll really be impressed with everything here in a little bit. Here is my coke oven. I need to maybe do a second coke oven because it just isn't. I'm running through the coal coke pretty fast. I'm snorting through coke really, really fast. But I want you guys to know I am upgrading my upgrading everything. All right, I need to probably turn Creato off so I don't do something stupid. All right, here we go. Here is my work area. And you notice it looks different. And the biggest difference is there's not that ugly little thing right here. Well, as I said and as I told you, I've really gotten into Tesseracts. So I will show you guys here in a little bit. We'll go down there and I'll show you my power room. But I've got an energy Tesseract and then I've got everything sitting on top of it. So it will supply everything. I've got my pulverizer. I've got my powered furnace. I've got my magma crucible. I've got my liquid transposer, which is ready to make some more redstone energy cells. I've got my induction smelter. I've got my thermonic fabricator, which I use the junk out of. I've been using a lot of forestry stuff. And my carpenter. And of course, redstone energy cells. So, yeah, here's my awesome machine array. I've been using Noobavor's rolling machine, but I'm probably going to make one very, very soon just so I don't have to bother him anymore. Let's wait for this to... Let's wait for me to sleep. Okay, as you can see behind me, this is just the basic setup I have for my power right now. Let me kind of talk you through it. Alright, so it's a lot like what I had upstairs, only it's laying down, and I've doubled the amount of energy it produces. So I've got my aqueous accumulator. I really don't need these 4 infinite water blocks, infinite source blocks for water. I just have them. Alright, so the water pumps in and goes down and feeds the thermal expansion packs steam engines. They are the cheapest and probably the best. Each one of these puts out 2 MJs a tick, and it does burn through coal coke like crazy. It's got a bad coke habit. So I've got them running out and into a Tesseract, and I've got it labeled quarry. I need to change it and label it home. But this supplies energy for everything. Everything on my base. Now, coal coke is very time consuming to make, and I would need many more coke ovens just to meet the demand that these things make for coke. There's just an awful cocaine habit. So I am looking into upgrading my energy. So you've probably seen it here in the background, but this is a work in progress. This is what I'm working on right now. And this is what I'm working towards. Dang it, I'm an awful cameraman. All right, this is my steam boiler. And this is the high pressure steam boiler, and I have it set up to where each side of it will have 8 different steam engines. Not only that, but these will be the industrial. Right now they're the commercial steam engines, most of them are, just because I didn't really want to take full advantage of Noobavor's blast furnaces, so I just went ahead and made these out of iron. This was, I believe, a stack, 2 stacks of iron in a blast furnace turned into steel is how you make this. And then there's 2 industrial steam engines down there. But basically this sucker once it gets going, like each one of these produces 4 MJs a tick, and these industrial steam engines do 8. So as you can see, if there's 8 on each side times 4 times 4, that's a lot of juice. And when we upgrade them to the industrial steam engines, so there's 8 times 4, which is 32 times 8. So like the output that these things are going to make is absolutely incredible. I believe it's like 288 MJs a tick once this thing is fully operational. I have a redstone energy cell up there, and it is empty right now. I'm going to put one over here. And I've got, of course, my energy tesseract up there to supply energy to everything. I also am going to make a charging station for energy cells so that they can swiftly charge. Now, I've got creosote oil, and this was a full tank, and I was test running this, and oh my gosh, this thing runs like a beast, but it takes so long to power up. Not only that, but it burns through the creosote oil like crazy. Like I went through, it went through a full tank just overnight, pretty much. So this isn't that efficient for energy, and I may have to change this to a low pressure steam engine just right off the bat right now, and just upgrade this later. I just don't know if I can really. I don't know if it's worth it to have the high pressure right now. So I may be downgrading this, at least the boiler, until I can get everything going. Because this just eats and eats and eats fuel like crazy. So I'm going to look into doing that. The other thing, what I'm standing on right now, is what I'm working up to. I am going to make biofuel, and if you look, I've got a tank. You could say it holds just a little bit of biofuel. So right now I am producing biofuel, and I'm not producing very much biofuel at the moment. Let me show you my system that I have set up here. Of course, liquid tesseracts going into a NoobCraft tank. Now, I'll show it to you kind of backwards. So this is the biofuel. This is the storage place. I have another valve at the very bottom. You could see biofuel attached to another liquid tesseract, and that pops over here to this liquid tesseract, which pumps it into my steam boiler. Now, the reason why I have this right here is because instead of just having one tube, I can have this tesseract right here and get this sucker full of creosote oil and use the creosote oil to heat up my tank, because it takes about 5 hours, like real life hours, to get this thing heated. So I could use that creosote oil to get it heated. Then once it's up to the 1,000 degrees, I could switch it over to the biofuel, and that way I'm not burning, because it burns a ton of biofuel just to get warm. The good thing is, once it gets to 100 degrees Celsius, like it gets, see right now it's residual. This residual heat is 20 degrees Celsius. Once it gets up to 100, it starts producing steam, which will run the energy. So yeah, it's a really cool system. Just right now I don't have the capability to sustain it. So let me show you what I'm trying to do to get this a little bit more sustainable, so that I've got enough resources to run this mug. This is another thing I'm upgrading constantly, and I'll be honest with you, please give me advice on how to get this sucker running and running well, because I know right now part of the problem is I just don't have enough power to get the fermenters running well. It's running off those steam engines, and it's enough to produce some, but it's just lollygagging along. It's very, very slow. Whenever I had the steam engines on yesterday, it was just shooting through saplings and producing a lot. But right now, it's not really doing much of anything. And it's like my tank really just holds enough to pour in and make the fuel. So it's not a very efficient system at the moment. But anyways, the system that I have set up is, here's my aqueous accumulator supplying water into my fermenter. I have fertilizer, just plain old fertilizer. I've been doing a lot of coring, so I've got a ton of acetate. So yeah, I'm just making fertilizer, and I'm using saplings, and I'm getting my saplings from over here in my arboretum. I really don't know what the best way to pronounce that is. Arboretum, arboretum. Oh yeah, so this system right here, I don't even know if the power is on right now, because I don't see it. It's not really doing anything at the moment. Oh wait, no trees have popped up. There we go. Is this tree going to be cut down? Yep, okay. So what this does, I'm sure you've seen them before, it has super fertilized dirt, which is called humus, which is very resourceful, and saplings. And what it does is it plants saplings in this super fertile soil, and then they grow into trees. And I have sitting underneath it a logger. And what the logger does is the logger cuts down the trees, and it captures all the saplings and apples that come out of it. And if you look, it's pretty efficient. I've got a lot of saplings out of this thing. And it also outputs sand. So I've got a lot of sand, and I've got a lot of wood, got a whole lot of wood. So this is one thing that I'm going to do. Now, there is another tree farm. There's two more tree farms that I'm looking into. There's the Steve Cart's tree farm that runs on trains, and it'll just run around and plant everything. So I'm probably going to do that next. The other one is the what is it called? The machine. Let's see if I can look it up. I've actually got it upstairs, so let me just go show you while I'm being an idiot and can't think of the name. It's upstairs. But yeah, my problem with it is it doesn't save saplings, and saplings produce the most biomass that is possible. All right, here we go. Let's go to sleep real quick. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. Okay, it's the harvester. I think it's Machine Factory Reloaded or something like that is the actual pack, the mod pack that it's in. I've got the harvester, the planter, and the fertilizer. I had this set up and running. This was my initial tree farm, but I pulled it in favor of the arboretum, whatever you call them, arboretum. I'm from Tennessee, so I could just say arboretum. So I pulled it in favor of this just because this gets saplings and apples. The other one will just trim the leaves, and I'll make plant balls out of it and feed the plant balls into the fermenter. But saplings have a much greater output. Now, it may not be worth it. It may not be worthwhile to run it that way because it's a pretty slow process to get saplings, which is why I think the Steve's Cart might be the better tree farm for me to do. But I'm going to have all of these going because I need biomass and biofuel. Like, I just absolutely need it. Yeah, I don't know why this just... Anyways, so fermenter is producing biomass, and the biomass is going down into a biomass room. So it's feeding into stills. So I have 2 fermenters pouring into 3 stills. And as you can see, it's just pretty, like, it works like clockwork. This goes in and fills everything up. Let's see. Anyway, so this goes in, goes down to my stills, and the stills fill into that big tank that I have in my power room. So that's the system that I have set up right now to save the biofuel. Now what I need to do is I need to get it to where this is producing so much, it's producing more biofuel than my machine, my steam engines are requiring. That way it doesn't run out, and I need to find an efficient way to do that. And right now it's not happening. I'm just a little behind. So there are some things that I can do to increase the amount of biomass produced. There are things that I can do to speed up the time. There are things that I can do to also make more biofuel at the moment, which mostly is just add more stills and add more fermenters. But the main problem is just source material. I need saplings, and I need them bad. And I need, plant balls. I need whatever. Cactus grow in there. Cactus work really well too. So this is the system that I have right now to make biofuel, and it is not the most efficient yet, but it's getting there, and I need to automate this system. Once I get it automated to where it takes the apples and ferments them, not the apples, takes the saplings and ferment them automatically while also refilling the saplings in there, that'd be awesome. So that's something that I'm working on. Like I said, whenever I opened up, I'm new to all of this, so a lot of the things that I'm working on, I feel like I need to know what I'm talking about, and I don't. So I do a lot of things off camera and then kind of tell you this is what I've done. So expect more updates like that as opposed to me working on it on camera, just because it's pretty frustrating for me, and I'm sure it's frustrating for you to watch someone who doesn't know what they are doing try to tell you how to do it. So I'm just gonna do it, see if it works, tell you the problems that I have, kind of like this system isn't producing much biofuel yet, so I'm going to add more to it. Alright, well, anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are having a good day. Please subscribe to my channel. If you like this video, please feel free to share. You can always follow me on Twitter at Darth. I try my best to interact with each and every one of you. If you interact with me, I really appreciate it. If you ever have any questions for me or you just want to get to know me better, just throw it in the comments. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Hope you're having a great day. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.